Hi, everybody. It's Terry here with Serious Writing Tips. And today I'd like to ask you a question. And that question is, why do you write? Why do you love writing? Why are you doing it? And I'm asking this because I've met two different types of people. And the first type is somebody who just loves writing for the sake of writing. This person absolutely loves the process of just exploring a world that's in their imagination, the characters and the story, and they just love building everything out. And they do it as a hobby. That's all it's meant to be for them. And it's just kind of they do it as a self passion. And the second type of person, which describes me, is somebody who writes because they love when people read what they write. They love making people happy. They love making people laugh. They love sharing ideas. And for me, I mean, I want to become a best selling author and I want to share my ideas and stories with millions of people. And the reason I'm asking this question is because I hear that a lot of people are have a tough time with receiving feedback. And I know this is true of myself. I mean, I've received emails from people reading my work, and I remember one specific email from somebody who has a blog that critiques stories. And the feedback was basically, I hate your story. The humor was dry. There's no plot. The character doesn't connect with me. And it's really tough for me to take that feedback because I felt personally attached to everything I'd written. But at the same time, my goal is to create a story that connects with people and that I can share my ideas and make them happy. So how can I take this feedback that's extremely negative and detach it from my feelings of personal connection to what I've written? And I have to realize that, you know what, they're not personally attacking me, they're attacking what I've written. And what they're really saying is, you've written something that just doesn't connect with me. There's something missing. And so it's you need to look past what they're saying in their critique and not feel bad about it, but feel good about it, because the only way that if you're writing to share your story, the only way that you can get better is by receiving tons of feedback and going through that grinder and figuring out what exactly you're missing in your story that's going to connect with somebody. Because you know what, writing is a tough craft, and it takes a lot of time and effort to kind of break through and create a compelling story. So I'd like to ask you why you're writing in the first place. If you're someone who loves to write for the sake of writing and that's all you want, then that's great. If you receive negative feedback, don't worry about it, because that's not what you want to do. You don't want to write for somebody else. But if you're somebody who wants to create a story that you want to share with other people and you're receiving negative feedback, I'd say eat that feedback for breakfast. Figure out exactly what that feedback is telling you, and then go back to your story and change it, improve it, come up with drafts and drafts and drafts, keep receiving feedback, because that's really the only way you're going to create a story that really connects with other people, is by figuring out how to connect your story with those other people. You're going to figure out what elements your story is missing. Maybe you didn't create you didn't develop your character well enough, or some of your points are too cliche or something. And for me, I mean, when I first started writing, I thought I was creating amazing stories. And it wasn't until I started receiving feedback that, I mean, at first I felt very discouraged, but I kind of took that feedback and I thought, okay, well, how can I improve this? How can I get more feedback and in a way that is constructive? And so I'm part of a writing group now. I have a friend who's actually a best-selling author, and I take online courses and I read about writing, and it's helped me to see how to improve my writing. And I've easily been able to look back at stories that I've written in the past and go, well, at one point I thought this was amazing. This is the best thing. And when I received that negative feedback, it was so hurtful. And now I'm able to look back and say, oh, well, it's so obvious. I mean, I did this wrong and I could improve this. And now I'm able to get above that because I've received all that feedback and I took that feedback and I turned it into constructive review and edited my work. And the only way I'm going to get to the top and to become a best-selling author is to keep using that feedback constructively and figuring out what I'm missing from my stories. So I'd like to ask you why you're writing, and to think about what you need to do to make that love for writing really thrive. And for this person who just loves writing for the sake of writing, keep doing that. That's amazing. That's awesome. I know somebody who does that, and they absolutely love it. And I've read some of their work, and it's great. And I know other people, and even myself, who want to write because they want to share their work. And the only way to do that is to take that feedback in a constructive way and try to keep improving. So that's all for now. And thanks for watching. Take care.